I'm watching the squad patrol. They're doing their thing, and then there was this crazy alleyway that I got the heebie-jeebies looking at. And I told the platoon, I was like, hey, when you come back to link up with us, like, do not come down this alleyway. And they're tired, they're angry, they're hungry, they just want to get back. And that was the path of least resistance. As much as we talk crap on the Taliban or whoever we're fighting over there, they're smart. They know when we get tired and lazy, and they just kept walking. And they come down that alleyway. It was probably the fourth man carrying a 240. Passes right through this choke point and steps on an IED. And I'm like watching them right at this, and just pink. I was like, it was huge. Like, the explosion was massive, and I was like, oh my God.
Nick Jones is a U.S. Special Operations Marine Raider who has been on a number of deployments in Iraq, Afghanistan, and other areas, with MARSOC as a critical skills operator and sniper. Nick is the recipient of the Purple Heart and the Navy Cross, the second highest award for valor in the United States Navy and Marine Corps, for his actions in combat, putting himself in danger to rescue his teammates from a seemingly impossible situation. After Nick's service, he founded the Talon's Reach Foundation to serve other special operators in transition after their service.
I had just gotten a fight in the back room and was bleeding all over the place, and the cops I think strategically waited for my boss to show up, for my parents to show up, and for every person in the mall to crowd around to like embarrass me and walk me out. But that was, I think, what I needed, because I walked out in handcuffs and everybody is like looking at me, and my parents are there, my mom's crying. You know, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. But the one call that I had, I called my Marine recruiter because I was supposed to have a meeting with him the very next day, but I wind up in jail. I got out the next day, got put on house arrest. So he comes to my house and lays everything out. He's like, if you're going to get your shit together, time is now. Like, once I got into the Marine Corps, I changed my whole mentality, I guess, about life, and like, I wanted to be the best that I could be. So if you're going to make me an 0341, I'm going to be the best mortarman that I can be.
You did a deployment with State Platoon. Pretty kinetic time in Helmand Province. What was that deployment like?
Combat deployments, they've got their ebbs and flows. Like, there's times that you're sitting on the fob and doing nothing, and then there's times that you get to go out and have fun. This was probably the highlight of my deployment. I mean, it was the highlight of my deployment. Line platoon pushed out. We got on Overwatch. We're up there. I had a sniper on my right and my left. I see this group of 9 individuals out there. They're huddling. They're getting ready for something, and I ranged them, and they're at 911 yards and called it in. And as soon as the line platoon pushed out, like, they start chatting on their ICOM, and they're like, okay, you guys are cleared hot. I made the wing calls. It's like, you're gonna hold this, you're gonna hold this, and then just like sent it. And I watched the vapor trails go in, and I was like, fire again, like, you're on them. And then just see the bodies dropping, and I was like, oh my, like, I got the goosebumps thinking about it. 'Cause I mean, I'm a young Marine, dude. I was 19, I think. And then watching impacts on human flesh was very surreal.
March 8th is a significant day for you. That's the day where you earned the Navy Cross and was awarded the Purple Heart. I don't know if there's anything leading up to it that you need to share, but love for you to share that story, that operation.
Absolutely.